Foundation for this great banquet and the great evening we had last night at the football game. I'll sidetrack here for a second. Don't know if you guys realize it, but there have been 3 Hall of Fame ceremonies this past summer. We had the Major League Baseball in June, and National Football League in August, and the National Basketball Association just a few weeks ago. So I think the foundation did a great job in planning that a few weeks after that we could round up and end up this entire Hall of Fame season with this banquet. Good job, guys. In listening to some of the speeches that the pro players gave, I really couldn't help but notice that a lot of what they had to say at least correlated with what I was going to say. And in listening to everyone tonight, certainly what they had to say as well. Most every player indicated that he could not have succeeded without the help of a lot of other people, guidance, not only in their life, but in their career. And I felt the same way, and as we listened to people tonight, certainly every teacher, every administrator, everybody who works for a district has the help, support, and guidance of many people to be successful. The parallel between these players and those receiving the honor tonight is really remarkable. We may not have the fame of a professional player, but certainly without the help and guidance, we would not be here tonight. As I stand here tonight, I do want to say that I accept this honor along with many, many other people who could stand beside me, because without them I would not be here. Preparing for tonight, I was trying to think, okay, do I start naming a lot of people? But Kurt told me that I had, a limited amount of time, and I knew we wanted to be home sometime tonight, at least before tomorrow morning. So I really kind of broke it into 3 groups of people that I really want to thank, and then a few individuals. First group I'd like to thank a lot would be my family. Starting out in 1974 as any new teacher, and I think those here that are teachers know that, we really are kind of on our own, and we really have to fly by the seat of our pants sometimes to figure out what to do, not only teaching the kids, but how to deal with the kids. And when you need to talk to someone about this and try to, get some advice and so on, sometimes the only person you can do that with is at home. It was kind of unique that during my first year here in Saline, I also got married during that first year before the school year ended. And I'm sure my wife didn't realize, but I kind of put in the wedding vows there that we are going to honor and love and cherish, and then I wrote in there, and you have to listen to your husband come home and talk about his job every night until you get really tired of it. And she was starting her own career, since we were just both newly out of college and newly married, but she listened, she supported, she gave advice, guidance, and to start my career and all through the 38 years I taught, she was there by my side. When I started coaching and the evenings became till 10 or 11 o'clock at night on game nights, she was the one that basically raised the family and took care of things there so I could do that. And for that, I would have never been able to succeed without her guidance, help, and support. Second group I really need to recognize would be the colleagues with whom I taught. And included in that would be a lot of support staff, namely kitchen staff, custodial staff, secretarial staff. If you're a teacher, you know that you do not make it in your career unless you have those people there helping and supporting you each and every day. Also, I'd like to thank the fellow teachers that I had. I was very fortunate that when I started the 6th grade level, that there was about a core group of half a dozen of us who taught together for over 25 years. So we kind of grew together professionally and personally, and many of them are still very close friends of mine. During the last 13 years, as Karen just mentioned, I did have the privilege of teaching with her. I have to indicate that they're probably the best years of my teaching career. She was a new teacher at the time, and only taught 1 year before we started to become a partner. But getting together and planning activities for the kids in class and doing something rather unique, and that's planning a lot of activities after school where parents went with us in order to do this and drive the kids, really made, I think, those years something to remember. And when I made my decision to retire, I felt, you know, there's no better way to go out but on top. And I owe a lot of that to Karen. The other group of colleagues I'd like to thank, of course, were all the administrators. I kind of sat back and tried to think over the 36 years I was here, who were my building principals and assistant principals. And this was quite a number. I actually worked with 10 different building principals in 36 years and 2 assistant principals. I don't know, and everyone who's here tonight, I know Steve Lotch, you are here. He's certainly one of the building administrators I worked with. I don't know that anyone else is here. Oh, Dave Rapp, you're here. You were an assistant. The thing I really want to mention is that their help, their support, their encouragement was just fantastic. A lot of what I did, they said, try it, do it. They were enthusiastic about it, and much of the success I had certainly came because of that support. The last group I would really like to mention would be all the young people that I really had the fortune of teaching and coaching. As a matter of fact, I was going to name them because there weren't too many around here, and then I started seeing more and more of them show up. So what I really would like to do, really, there's not many, could those people that I had the great fortune of teaching or coaching kind of just stand up for me so I can see everyone who's here? Kind of gives you an idea. All come together. To me, having the students be really the focal point of your career is number one. And it's kind of funny that when I started, just before I started teaching, and I was in college, I had a professor give me a quote from Albert Einstein. So that's the second one we get to hear tonight. And it's kind of a strange quote, and it says that education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. Now you can imagine a teacher sitting, or a prospective teacher sitting in class thinking, okay, so that means I'm going to go in and basically accomplish nothing. But he added on that, he said, when you figure out what that means, you will be successful and you will have a most enjoyable career. And fortunately, it didn't take me 36 years to figure it out. I had a great supporting teacher when I student taught. And that was quite a while ago, in the 1970s. He was way ahead of his time. And during that year, I did learn really what that quote meant. And it kind of meant basically that classes needed to be treated as a family. That academics weren't number one. That learning respect, responsibility, organization, hard work, that was something that was going to be a lifelong skill long after kids would forget about the knowledge that you were trying to teach them. And because I did that and told the kids, you know, you're going to spend as much of your waking hours in class as you will any place else, this is going to be a family. And I think we grew close, and every year we did that. And because of that, I think the kids enriched my life, hopefully as much as I did theirs. Again, I am grateful to have been selected for this honor. To me, it's a collective effort and a collective honor, for without friends, family, colleagues, parents, and especially the students that I not only taught but coached, I would not be standing here tonight, and for that, I thank you.
Indians.